What is going on, world? What's up, YouTube? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new StarCraft video, so let's get into it. So in today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about Serral and just his utter dominance that he's had in the StarCraft 2 pro scene, and also the main question of the day is Serral the GOAT? So let's talk about it. So guys, Serral just won WCS Fall, which of course was the last stop on the WCS Pro circuit before we get to BlizzCon. He is now the 6-time WCS circuit champion, and he's the #1 in the standings 2 years straight going into BlizzCon. An absolutely dominating force to be reckoned with in the StarCraft 2 Pro scene. He beat Raynor, and just an absolutely incredible player all the way around, guys. He's basically the perfect StarCraft 2 pro gamer. And obviously winning it this weekend, it just kind of solidifies that he is just this continued force in the StarCraft 2 pro scene, as well as he's also very far away from just a one-hit wonder, which a lot of people thought that last year was just, he had an amazing year and he was, you know, kind of in the StarCraft scene for a while, and now he's all of a sudden becoming really, really good, and he just kind of had 1 year where he was incredible. Well, obviously, last year was just the beginning, because this year he's doing just as well. He is absolutely dominating the StarCraft 2 pro scene, and he's going onwards, going at his next BlizzCon, and everyone knows this is the guy that you got to take down if you want to get to the championship of any of the WCS stops, whether we're talking GSL versus the world, or of course now up and coming, which is BlizzCon. So #1 is, the big question that I like to ask myself is, can someone stop Serral? At this point, guys, Serral is so unstoppable right now. But who would those players be that could steal the glory from him at BlizzCon? I think there's a number of players that have the opportunity. The question is that the deeper into the tournament that Serral goes, the harder it's going to be, because when you have to win a best of 5, a best of 7 series against Serral, that's where it gets very, very difficult. I mean, trying to win 4 maps against Serral in a best of 7 is near impossible from what it's looked like out of all of those players that are out there. And I look at the current gamers that are playing StarCraft 2 right now. I see guys like Raynor, who definitely has been able to take maps off of Serral. I look at guys like Neeb, Stats, so on and so forth. I mean, there are guys who are still very good. I would have to say, guys, that the players that would really probably stand the best chance would probably be either Stats, possibly Showtime, possibly Neeb, or possibly Dark. Raynor is the other one who I would say has got a chance, but I think just Serral has a mental edge over a lot of those players that I just mentioned, and so it makes it so difficult. And so, guys, here is where, if any of them are going to beat Serral, you're going to have to beat him early at BlizzCon. You've got to do it, because I just don't believe that you're going to be able to beat him throughout those real long series at BlizzCon. I just don't see it happening. Serral is so dominating. He is so overwhelming, and he just knows how to push your buttons in a way in which he kind of just slowly drains you, all of your energy and such that you might put into that game. You can just tell that he drains his opponents by drawing games out and just slowly bleeding his opponent dry of all of their resources. And it's just one of those things that Serral, this is a guy who is absolutely unstoppable at this point. Now that leads me to the next thing. Is Serral the GOAT? Well, I will say this, guys. Serral right now is right under Life, in my opinion. Now, Life, guys, was a player, absolutely incredible StarCraft 2 pro gamer. I thought that he was transcending the scene in multiple ways with his play with the Zerg pieces. I thought that he was just, I mean, he was winning tournament after tournament, and then, of course, he went to back-to-back BlizzCons, and he was able, of course, he won one, and then he lost one, but he went to the grand finals, the global final grand finals at BlizzCon, which of course is to me like the Super Bowl of StarCraft 2, and he went to back-to-back global final grand finals, and he won one and lost one. Now, if Serral is able to go to the grand finals of the global finals at BlizzCon this year and win it, there is no question in my mind that he is the greatest of all time. Right now, Serral is right up there, right? He very well might already be tied with Life as the greatest of all time. And look, guys, this is all my personal opinion. I believe Life has been, ever since I've watched StarCraft 2, Life was kind of the greatest ever in StarCraft 2. And then, of course, the whole match fixing scandal came out. And when when that happened, it really tainted Life's image, but I still thought that as far as mere talent is concerned, he was the best, and now Serral is just been climbing and climbing those ranks. I believe if Serral wins BlizzCon 2019, he will be known as the greatest StarCraft 2 player of all time. I know some people are already crowning it. I just think that he at least needs to get to the global final, grand finals, in order to exceed or surpass Life, and if he wins, there's no question about it. Serral, guys, when it's all said and done, if he continues playing, you know, for the next few years of StarCraft 2, I believe that his statistics, as well as just his entire body career of work that he has in StarCraft 2, will be so much greater than anybody else in StarCraft 2 that anyone else has ever seen before, that I think that there would it's only a matter of time until we crown Serral. It's not if he's ever going to become the greatest, it's when is he going to become the greatest. And I think that he is certainly one of the greatest of all time in StarCraft 2. I just think that he is one global final, grand final away from surpassing Life, at least in my book. But I would love to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about this? Is Serral the greatest StarCraft 2 player of all time? Is he the GOAT, guys? Let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I'll talk to you guys all in the next one. Peace.